Hey guys, it's Caitlin. Today we're going to be making some vegetarian quesadillas. First, we're going to start off with some sweet potatoes or yams. I used 2 small ones. You could use 2 small ones or 1 large one. We're going to poke at the sweet potatoes with a fork. I'm going to microwave them. This is much faster than baking them, but if you prefer to bake them or have some leftover baked sweet potatoes handy, you can use those as well. Once we've poked them with a fork, we're going to just gently drizzle over some olive oil or your oil of choice. Then we're going to just sprinkle over some salt and pepper. We're going to make sure we flip over the sweet potato and coat the other side as well. Then we're going to just tuck the little sweet potato in, wrap them up into the paper towels, and we're going to repeat the same process with the second sweet potato. Then we're going to microwave for 5 to 7 minutes or till they're nice and soft. Next, we're going ahead and slice and dice our jalapeno. This is optional, and if you prefer these to not be spicy at all, you can leave this out. Go ahead and start by removing the stem and slicing the jalapeno in half. Then use a fork or your knife to carefully remove the ribs and seeds from the innards of the jalapeno. If you want them to be extra spicy, go ahead and leave the seeds. Oh my gosh, get out of there, seed. I swear that thing would not go. Then we're going to just dice into a fine dice or a chop. I'm okay with them being a little chunky, so it's kind of up to you. Then go ahead and put the jalapeno into a bowl. I only used half because I'm making these for me and my kids. Set those aside. Next, we're going ahead and move on to our bell pepper. I just used 1 large orange bell pepper, but any color would work. You can also use mini bell peppers, so then you can use a couple different colors. Go ahead and again, remove the stem of the bell pepper. Twist. And then I like to just discard that and scoop out the seeds into my trash can. Then we're going to go ahead and just slice down the middle. And again, remove the stems and seeds, any left over from the inside. And then I like to just slice and dice. Once your bell pepper is nice and chopped or diced, go ahead and add that in with the jalapeno. Now we're going to move over to our medium to large saute pan. Go ahead and add in the remaining olive oil, your jalapeno, and your bell peppers, and saute on low to medium heat until nice and soft. While those are going, go ahead and move over to your avocado. Just go ahead and slice your avocado in half, twist, remove the seed, and you can go ahead and get rid of that guy. And then in a separate bowl, go ahead and scoop out the innards of the avocado and mash. These by no means it has to be super smooth, and some chunks are perfectly okay. An alternative to using an avocado would be using some store-bought or homemade guacamole. It's whatever you prefer to use. Once we're done with that, we're going to set that to the side and go check on our veggies. In the bowl, we just have some taco seasoning. We're going to go ahead and add those into our veggies and stir until well coated. Then we're going to just add in some rinse and drain black beans and some rinse and drain corn. You could use canned or frozen, and stir to combine and cook an additional minute until just warmed. Now we're going to fetch our sweet potatoes out of the microwave. They should be nice and soft by now. Go and unwrap them from the paper towels and slice them in half with a sharp knife. Be super careful, they're going to be hot. Go ahead and scoop out the insides with a fork or a spoon, and see, not being careful, we're burning our fingers. And go ahead and do that for both sweet potatoes. Now it's time to start filling our quesadillas. Go ahead and take a butter knife and just spread a generous amount of butter on one side of your tortilla. Flip it over, and then we're going to start adding in the filling. Take about 2 to 3 tablespoons of sweet potato and use a fork or spoon to just flatten into a nice even layer. Try and keep a thin layer around the outside. That helps it from squishing out the side later on. Then we're going to just move on and do the exact same thing on the opposite side with our avocado. Then we're going to take our roasted veggies, corn, and black beans and add that over the top of both the avocado and sweet potato. Then we're going to take some cheese. I have some shredded Mexican cheese. You can use that or cheddar, mozzarella, pepper jack, whatever you have, and top a generous amount over top of everything. Let's face it, they're quesadillas. You gotta have the cheese. You gotta. Then we're going to move on over back to our pan. I just used the same pan I used for the veggies. Go ahead and flop in some butter. Let that get all melty. And then go ahead and plop in our quesadilla. And we're going to grill that on low heat for about 5 minutes. Once the cheese is nice and melty, we're going to use our spatula to check that it's golden, and just fold the quesadilla over on itself. Be careful not to press too hard with your spatula or everything will come crashing out the side. You're going to just remove the quesadilla from the pan once it's nice and grilled and melty. And now it's time to show off our finished veggie quesadilla. She's beautiful. We're going to just use a knife. I like to just slice mine in half. You could slice it in fourths, totally up to you. We're going to crack her open, and so delicious. Oh my goodness gracious. It's making me hungry. I'm jealous of her. Take a nice bite. Little fist pump action. These veggie quesadillas are always go-to for me for busy weeknight dinners. They save good for lunch the next day. They're ready in under 30 minutes. I mean, look at them. What more could you ask for? My kids love them, my husband loves them, and they're great for Meatless Mondays. You can enjoy them plain on their own, or you could dress them up a bit with some salsa, some sour cream, lime juice, cilantro, a little bit of hot sauce like Tabasco, really whatever you prefer. As always, the entire recipe will be linked down below, and you can find it on airheartseat.com. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you love this recipe. See you next time. Bye-bye.